8:06 right now, and we want to send you back out live to the breaking news in Antioch, where a deadly shooting has taken place at Waffle House. We want to listen in to a Metro Police spokesman now updating us.
Arrived in the Waffle House parking lot in a pickup truck at 3:19 a.m. He sat in that truck for 3.5 to 4 minutes. When he got out of the vehicle at about 3:23 a.m., he immediately used an assault-type rifle to shoot 2 individuals who were outside of the restaurant. They were fatally wounded. He then went inside the restaurant, continued firing. One other person inside the restaurant was fatally wounded then. An individual who was in the Waffle House, a patron, when he heard the gunshots, actually ran back to the restroom area. He watched the gunman. He reported that he saw the gunman looking at his rifle. At that point, the shots had stopped, so he decided to rush the gunman, actually wrestled that assault rifle away, tossed it over the counter. At that point, the gunman then fled. As he was in the Waffle House, he was wearing only a green jacket. No pants, no shirt, just a green jacket. As he reached the corner of the street next to the Waffle House, he shed the jacket and continued southbound on Murfreesboro Pike. Our investigation to this point shows that he lives at an apartment complex in this area. We are suspecting, based on witness reports to this juncture, that he made his way to the apartment complex, either inside the apartment or somewhere near it, and has since clothed himself with a pair of pants. A witness at the apartment complex reported seeing a man in the wood line wearing black pants, no shirt, moving away from the apartment complex in the woods. We have several police dogs who have been tracking the individual. The dogs needed to rest, but the last track they had for him was near the TVA power line system back in the wooded area. You can actually see the power line towers behind me. It's where our police helicopter is right now. That is the last time that the canine unit had a track, and the dogs will be going back to resume tracking here shortly. Travis Ryan King, we know, has a driver's license from Illinois, from Morton, Illinois. We don't know what he was doing in Nashville. We have been in contact with other law enforcement agencies who are aware of him. Both federal and state law enforcement agencies have knowledge of Travis Ryan King due to previous interactions. Again, why he is in Nashville and what prompted this morning has not been determined. We have identified several of the shooting victims. We're still processing the scene here at the Waffle House, so not all of the victims at the Waffle House have been positively identified. I will tell you that our hero in this matter is a 29-year-old man, a patron, and it's very similar to the report that we gave at the church shooting in Nashville last year. You had a citizen step up to intervene with an active shooter, and that's what this man did. He is the hero here, and no doubt he saved many lives by wrestling the gun away and then tossing it over the counter, then prompting the man to leave.
Do you have genders on the victims or agents?
Not all.
Do you know the address where he lives, or the apartment complex where he lives?
We do.
Are you able to tell us?
Not yet.
And has that apartment been evacuated, or was it for a time when?
We have police officers at that complex, and there's an investigation taking place there.
Don, do you have any reason to believe he had additional rounds to reload while he was in there, or plan to do that?
The jacket that he shed did have ammunition cartridges in it.
Do you have any idea how many?
I don't. We'll have to process that, and that has not taken place to this point.
Do you know what kind of assault rifle he was using?
The gun, again, was tossed over the counter. It's an assault-type rifle. We haven't picked it up and examined it to this point.
There were reports earlier
Anything
that
else
was
from authorities in Illinois about his background?
We are learning more about him from Illinois and from our federal partners as well. So we're gleaning information about him. This is an individual who did have prior contact with law enforcement. He is known to law enforcement, at least in Illinois, and some law enforcement in the federal system.
You said federal. We see ATF. Is FBI here as well?
They
What's
are.
their role?
They are.
What's their role in all of this?
Well, with ATF, when you have firearms involved, they can assist oftentimes in determining where firearms came from. As far as the FBI is one of the entities that had some prior contact with him.
In that area.
I couldn't hear you.
What is your message to people who live in that area?
Well, again, the last reported sighting was in the wood line at the apartment complex. Our dogs had tracked to the Tennessee Valley Authority transmission lines. At this point, we're doing everything we can to locate this man. As far as area churches go, we've had a number of police officers from components throughout the city are working in this immediate area. We are paying very close attention to churches. We're cognizant of people going to church this morning, certainly, and we are doing everything we can to ensure that their safety is maintained.
Any indication that he acted alone?
Yes.
Do you all have any idea on the motivation for this?
No, we do not.
So because you all haven't been able to touch the gun, does that mean ATF hasn't been able to track it yet to see where he?
That would be the inside of the restaurant has to be processed. There's a deceased person inside the restaurant, so everything has to be preserved so the scene can be fully processed in anticipation of legal proceedings against the shooter. So once all that takes place, we can then go begin collecting evidence, closely examining evidence. Right now, everything's being documented, photographed. The scene is still inside the restaurant is still locked down.
Was this Metro Nashville Police Department's first encounter with him? Had he been on your radar specifically?
To the best of my knowledge, yes, it was our first encounter.
Have you heard from any of the survivors as to maybe what they do?
We've had police officers at both Southern Hills Medical Center and Vanderbilt. And there were persons, employees here. I mean, the people inside the restaurant were very, very shaken. They were in tears. Some of the folks who did not have to be transported had glass wounds on their faces. The glass window at the front of the place was shot out. And flying glass was everywhere there in the immediate area of that window. And some of the people, very upset, had visible cuts on their faces. And we've had chaplains here talking with them, working with them, and we'll be providing other counseling services as necessary.
So the total is 4 dead, 1 who died in the hospital?
No. Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And
you're correct.
Were others wounded?
There were 3 persons who are deceased here at the scene. You have a 4th person who was transported who died at Vanderbilt. A total of 8 persons went to the hospital with some type injury. 6 of those 8 had gunshot wounds. Our hero has an injury to his elbow and some other abrasions. We don't know at this point whether the injury to his elbow was from the glass, from a bullet. We don't know, but he is not seriously hurt.
And what hospital is he at?
He was taken to Southern Hills.
Does he live in the area?
I don't know. Okay, that's it for now.
All right, you have just heard from Don Aaron. He is a spokesperson for Metro Police. They say that this man you're looking at, Travis Ryan King, is still on the run. A scent was last picked up near the TVA power line system. That is just down the road from Antioch High School. You want to stay with us. News 4 will continue right after this break.